So what do you think, I guess I could ask one more question. What do you think for future purposes? Is the industry what you're going to do for the rest of your life? Have you thought about getting out? Have you thought about doing something else? Or it's just, this is it now?
You know what? At this point, I could basically retire. I'm not, like a multi-millionaire, but I have enough to retire because I have very simple needs. I mean, I wear a fucking golf shirt. I don't get haircuts. I grow my own food. If I wanted, I live a very simple life. If I wanted to retire, I could. But what would I do? I'm basically retired now. I get up, go golfing, call up all the people that I want to play poker with, invite them to the casino, sit down, hope that a bunch of them show up and play poker. So I feel like I'm basically retired now. I will do what I'm doing now sort of forever until my mind gets weak, so weak that I can't play anymore. And that is a problem in poker. Like, you don't stay sharp forever. Like, we've all seen really good poker players sort of go down the drain. Oh, yeah, my wife's bringing me a beer right now. See, like I was telling you, like, I got my perfect life. My wife brings me beers while I do the podcast.
Why don't you put her on sometime, Lemon?
Here's the reason why I don't put her on. She has her own sort of like professional life as a psychologist with a private practice and works for the Rand Corporation and is sort of like a very serious, important person. And I'm like a not serious, not important person. And as much as I love the PokerSesh audience, they are the most unserious people in the world. So the last thing my wife needs as like a serious doctor who's like one of the tops in her field is to come on my idiotic podcast and have people talk about how big her tits are. That's basically the last thing she needs. Now, I don't tell her what to do. At some point, maybe we will do like a co-podcast where we talk about what it's like to be a married couple existing in the poker world. But for right,
I like it. Do that before I finish the book, please, so I can use it.
For right now, I just, she's not interested and I'm not pushing it. Let's just put it that way.
Sorry, I interrupted you about the future. So the future pretty much is, the future looks like this, what you're saying.
Well, the future, here's the thing about the future. Here's what I'll tell you about the future. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, basically until I can't play anymore. And it's hard to know when you can't play anymore, but hopefully I will realize at some point when I just can't do it anymore. Because like I was telling you earlier, there's a lot of guys who can't play anymore. They get old, they can't play anymore. And it's sort of sad to watch them go broke, okay? And I've seen it a lot of times. And that, so hopefully I'll know when I got to step away. Hey, 805, you're on PokerSesh.
Hey, Lemon, it's Ashley.
Ashley, I don't know. Oh, Ashley, absolutely. You called me once to talk about five-card high-low. What's up, Ashley?
Yeah, there you go, yeah. No, I'm just calling. It's just interesting to have Nichoel on. I really respect her as being another mom in the poker industry.
Now we got
Ashley.
Now we got two calls with babies screaming in the background.
Yes.
Usually I'm the only baby
I wish
screaming.
you had some visual or some way to put a visual up, but you could see me right now. My kids are being quiet, but they're both hanging on my back right now.
I've got two kids on the floor playing with Legos and one in a high chair, so and one that just stubs her finger. But anyway, no, I just wanted to call and say, if you're a female in the poker world and you want to complain about what's going on, and how you're treated, like that's even more fuel to their fire, to add to your fire. And I totally agree with Lyman that, the best way you can exploit that is with your game.
Take their money.
You ignore it. Exactly. You take their money, it pisses them off even more, and they actually will give you free money,
That's right.
and Some women, if they use their looks, they want to show off their assets, however they want to do it. That's more power to them. Same with guys. They want to throw out. Every time they buy in, they want to bring out the big roll and show how much money they got. That's something that's psychological warfare. Like Limon said, use whatever you can to your advantage, and that's it.
I think that's absolutely true, and I think the problem too with this whole debate in the first place is that a lot of these same women who are using their assets to their advantage are also the same ones who are complaining about sexism. So it's just like, come on, you look stupid, and you're making me look stupid. So just shut up.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really tired of reading the threads about it. It's like if you're gonna use your assets and then you're gonna say, well, wait, that's not fair. Well, you guys are all staring at me, and you're putting yourself out there. Then admit that's exactly what you're doing.
There was one poker player who I actually really like, and but she said something on Twitter one time. It was like, well, if I want to have my tits hanging out of my shirt when I play poker, then I can't. And I'm like, yeah, of course you can, but don't be mad if somebody says something about it. I mean, we live in a world where even women are gonna just can't help themselves but stare at that if you have your tits hanging out of your shirt. That's just our natural inclinations. It's like our eyes are drawn that way. So you just can't have it both ways. You can't just be like, well, I just want to have my tits hanging out, and don't say anything either, and then you're sexist. So come on now.
I agree. I mean, look at me. I have a sort of an interesting look, and if I didn't want people to call me Sideshow Bob, I could get a fucking haircut, but I'm not gonna get a haircut. I just don't give a shit.
All right. Well, I just want to say thanks, Nichoel, for I respect everything that you do, and I just think that when you can raise your kids the right way and do what you love, more power to you. And I've been doing this for over 10 years now, and honestly, I've got so much judgment from from inside the family and outside the family. Like, I can't believe that's what you do, and how is that a good role model for your kids? But you know what? I've never missed a beat with them. I can take a sick day. Mm-hmm. I can take them places that they've never been able to go because I don't have to call out.
Exactly. Speaking of sexism poker, guys,
I think I'm doing the.
You just say. Sorry, actually, no.
I think I'm doing the best thing I can for my kids, and I'm able to be a full-time mom and do what I love, and I don't want to wake up any other day but doing that. So
that's awesome. You rock. Yeah. No, thank you, Ashley. Hi. I think that's funny too, because a lot of time people always say to me at the table, especially when I first had my kids, so they saw me pregnant sitting at the table, and then and first people would comment on that, like, oh my gosh, you're playing poker pregnant. I'm like, well, life does go on for 9 months. And somehow I have to make a living.
Yeah, what does poker do to a fetus? Nothing. It's not like you were down in a bottle of Jack Daniels at the table.
Right. Yeah. And then they would ask me after, Mia, stop that. What are you doing? Don't do that. Sorry. So then after I'd have the kids, then they're like, well, when I come to the poker, I'm like, well, where's your kids? I'm like,
exactly. Shouldn't you be home with them?
Yeah, they're at home with the nanny, and they're like, oh. I'm like, the funny thing is, though, they didn't ask Chad, who's sitting 2 tables away. Like, you ask him? You ask Chad? Like, where's your kids?
Right.
No. Okay. So it's just it is a funny industry, but yeah, I should have wrote a blog about that. That was very sexist of people to ask me those questions.
Hey, here's the thing, though. Tell me, girl. There's another caller on 734. Tell me, 734. I'll put you on in a second. I got a lot of calls coming in.
I'll hang up. I'll hang up, Limon. Thanks. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Ashley. Thank you so much. That's nice.
Thank you, Ashley. You don't have to hang up.